Evening, my little angel. What is attractive to you besides listening to the ghost stories and watching ghost movies, but afraid of being alone in a dark place? Is it dancing to the music? Today's Tottochan chapter is all about dancing. As I see it, it is one of the best and most meaningful chapters. We won't wait any longer. Let's get into it right now. Eurythmics. After the summer vacation, the second semester began, for in Japan, the school year starts in April. In addition to the children in her own class, Tottochan had made friends with all the older boys and girls thanks to the various gatherings during summer vacation, as she grew to like meoikechuyen even more. Besides that, classes at Tomoe differed from those at ordinary schools. Much more time was devoted to music. There were all sorts of music lessons, which included a daily period of Eurythmics, a special kind of rhythmic education devised by a Swiss music teacher and composer, meoikechuyen. His studies first became known in 1904. His system was rapidly adopted all over Europe and America, and training and research institutes sprang up everywhere. Here is the story how Dancroze's Eurythmics became to be adopted at Tomoe. Before starting meoikechuyen, the headmaster Kobayashi Sosaku went to Europe to see how children were being educated abroad. He visited a great many elementary schools and talked to educators. In Paris, he met Dancroze, a fine composer as well as an educator. Dancroze has spent a long time wondering how children could be taught to hear and feel the music in their minds rather than just with their ears. How to make them feel the music as a thing of movement rather than a dull, lively subject. How to awaken a child's sensitivity. Eventually, after watching the way children jumped and skipped and romped about, he hit on the idea of creating rhythmic exercises which he called Eurythmics. The headmaster Kobayashi attended Dancroze's school in Paris for over a year and learned the system thoroughly. Many Japanese have been influenced by Dancroze. The composer Yamada Kosaku, the originator of modern dance in Japan, Ishibaku, the kabuki actor Ichikawa Sadanchi too, the modern drama pioneer Osanai Garu, the dancer Ito Michio. All these people felt that Dancroze's teachings were fundamental to many arts, but the headmaster Kobayashi was the first to apply it to elementary education in Japan. If you asked him what Eurythmics was, he would reply, "It's a sport that refines the body's mechanism, a sport that teaches the mind how to use and control the body, a sport that enables the body and mind to understand rhythm. Practicing Eurythmics makes the personality rhythmical. And a rhythmical personality is a beautiful and strong, conforming to and obeying the laws of nature." Tottochan's classes begin with training the body to understand rhythm. The headmaster would play the piano on a small stage in the assembly hall, and the children, wherever they stood, would start walking in time to the music. They could walk however they liked, except it wasn't good to bump into others, so they tended to go in the same circular direction. If they thought the music was into bedtime, they could wave their arms up and down like a conductor as they walked. As for their feet, they weren't supposed to tramp heavily, but that didn't mean they were to walk with their toes pointed as in ballet. They were told to walk completely relaxed, as if they were tracked their toes. The most important thing was naturalness, so they could walk in any way they felt was right. If the rhythm changed to 3-beat time, they waved their arms accordingly and adjusted their pace to the tempo, walking faster to slower as required. They had to learn to raise and lower their arms to fit rhythms up to 6-beat time. 4-beat time was simple enough. Down, around you, out to the sides, and up. But when it came to 5 beats, it was down, around you, out in front, out to the sides, and up. While to 6 beats, the arms went down, around you, out in front, around you again, down to the sides, and up. So, when the beat kept changing, it was tricky. What was even more challenging was when the headmaster would call out, "Even if I change the tempo on a piano, don't you change until I tell you to." Suppose they were walking in 2-beat time and the children changed to 3 beats. The children had to keep walking in double time while hitting the triple rhythm. It was taught, but the headmaster said it was to cultivate the children's powers of concentration. Finally, he would shout, "You can change now." With the relief, the children could immediately change to the triple rhythm. But it was when they had to be especially alert in the time it took to mentally abandon the 2 beats and get the message to their muscles to adapt to 3 beats. The music might suddenly change to 5-beat time. At first, the arms and legs were all over the place, and they could be groans of, "Teacher, wait!" But with practice, the movements became pleasant, and the children even thought up variations and enjoyed themselves. Usually, a child moved individually, but sometimes a pair could decide to act in unison, holding hands when the rhythm was in 2-beat time, or they could try walking with their eyes closed. The only thing that was taboo was conversation. Sometimes, when a parent-teacher association met, the mothers could peek in through the window. It was lovely to watch. A child moving arms and legs with ease, leaping about joyfully in perfect time to the music. Thus, the purpose of Eurythmics was first to train both mind and body to be conscious of rhythm, thereby achieving harmony between the spirit and the flesh, and finally awakening the imagination and promoting creativity. The day she arrived at the school for the very first time, Totto-chan looked at the name of the gate and asked Mother, "What does tomoe mean?" The tomoe is an Asian comma-shaped symbol, and for his school, the headmaster had adopted a traditional lamb consisting of 2 tomoe, one black and one white, united to form a perfect circle. This symbolized his arm to the children, body and mind equally developed and in perfect harmony. The headmaster had included the Eurythmics in his school curriculum because he felt it was bound to have good results to help the children's personalities grow naturally without too much adult interference. The headmaster deplored contemporary education, emphasizing the reading word. With time, he tried to feed a child's sensual perception of nature and intuitive the perceptiveness of the still small voice of God, which is an inspiration. It was the poet Basso who wrote, "Listen, a frog jumping into the silence of an Asian point." Yet the phenomenon of a frog jumping into the point might have been seen by many others. Down through the ages and in the world, Watt and Newton cannot have been the only ones who noticed the steam from boiling kettle or observed an apple fall. Having eyes but not seeing beauty, having ears but not hearing music, having minds but not perceiving truth, having hearts that are never moved and therefore never set on fire. These are things to fear, said the headmaster. As for Totto-chan, as she leapt and ran about in her bare feet, like Isadora Duncan, she was tremendously happy and could hardly believe that this was a part of going to school. There's a lot of good and new in what you just heard, isn't it? I believe that not only was Totto-chan happy because she can dance on her bare feet and by her own feelings when listening to music, but so is my little angel. Turn on the music and let your body freely follow the theme. But that is for tomorrow. Today's story time is over. I wish my angel a good night's sleep. Kiss you long on your forehead. See you again next time.